Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to answer a question that we get asked all of the time, and that question is, can we reuse our printed sublimation designs more than one time? So yes, the answer is sometimes. It depends on how much ink is remaining on your paper. I would highly suggest only doing it with the ones you use for your polyester t-shirts, for example. Usually the ones that we use for our ceramic mugs and things like that, we already suck out all of the ink for those. But when it comes to our polyester t-shirts, sometimes you have enough ink remaining. Now, for example, this one here has not been pressed yet, but we are going to press one that has already been pressed in just a second. I'm going to show you guys how you can use these to get that vintage washed out look. So say, for example, you were going to create a whole line of t-shirts that looked vintage and washed out. You could definitely use that second print, and you could put some holes in the t-shirt just to kind of like grunge it up a little bit further. So let's go ahead and check it out. I've got a couple of sublimated designs here. So for example, these two right here have already been pressed once on a t-shirt. You can usually tell. So for example, if you look at these, I can see that there's still plenty of ink here to get a second press. Now, obviously I'm not going to get the same press as the first, but I will get a lighter version. Now today we're going to be using Glitter HTV for this, but you could definitely do this on your polyester t-shirts without the Glitter HTV. Now, since I'm using Glitter HTV, I'm actually using 100% cotton t-shirts. So I'm going to do a white one and a black one just to show you the difference that you would get with this effect. So the first thing that you want to do is trim around your printed designs. So you want to trim all the way around this. It's kind of like fussy cutting. You know, if you've done paper crafts, it's just fussy cutting. And so I'm going to do the same thing with the other design. I just leave a little bit, maybe a 1/4 of an inch gap all the way around. So what this is going to do, the reason why we're doing this is so when we go to cut out our Glitter HTV, I can, place this down and use it as a template. Now you definitely could load this up and do it as a cut file and just cut this shape out with your Cricut or Silhouette. So you would just upload that PNG into Cricut or Silhouette and do it as a cut file. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. So I actually used a cutting mat and my knife blade just to go around this instead of like a pin or anything, so I could see where I needed to cut. So if you feel like you can just push hard enough and get it to cut all the way that way as well. So now that I've got both of those ready to go, I'm going to get my t-shirt ready. So let's go ahead and start with the black one. We're going to do everything that we normally would. We're going to go ahead and pre-press our t-shirt. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to tack down your Glitter HTV. So don't worry about using those settings that you normally would with your Glitter HTV. We are just going to tack it down literally for like 1 to 2 seconds. It's not much at all to get this to tack down. And when you go to peel it up, if it's not stuck, you can do another 1 to 2 seconds. So I'm going to use some heat resistant tape just to kind of help hold it down because it wants to curl because there's no transfer tape like normal to kind of help hold that down. So now that I've got it tacked down, I'm just going to go ahead and simply peel off that carrier sheet, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay down my design here. So what I wish I would have changed here with this one is just done a circle. So instead of trying to fussy cut around this, I could have just done a circle on this, and I think it would have looked so much better. So with this one right here, you're going to see how this will kind of pop off of a black t-shirt. So what I've done is I've laid down a piece of parchment paper and I'm pressing 385 for 40 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and move that iron, remove my parchment paper, and then peel up my design here. So as you guys can see, it's way lighter than it would have been. Now, I know you guys can't see right here what the original looks like, but obviously it would have been way more bright and vibrant. But here you're getting like almost like a washed out vintage effect. I really like it. I think it looks great. But like I said, the one thing I would have done different, and I think this shirt would have been perfect, was just done a complete white circle instead of doing that up there at the top corner. So there's the black one. Now let's go ahead and come into the white one here. So for the white one, since it's going to be white on white, it's really going to blend in and you're not really going to be able to tell that the Glitter HTV is there, which is really, really cool. So this is what I highly recommend for this. So now we're going to go ahead and take that Glitter HTV once again. We're going to line it up wherever we think it's going to look best, and we're going to apply some heat resistant tape to hold it down. Once again, if we would have cut a design out, we would have had that excess carrier sheet that would have held that down for us. So we're going to take our parchment paper and just kind of press this for a second. Just does not take very long at all. And then you're going to peel off that carrier sheet so you are ready to go. So here you go. Now I do like this one. The way that I fussy cutted this one with this design, I absolutely do love it. I think it came out really good. So now once again, you're just gonna line everything up, apply your heat resistant tape to help hold it down so no shifting happens. And then we are gonna apply our parchment paper on top, 385 for 40 seconds. All right, so now we're ready to lift our press again, move our parchment paper, and lift up our design. So once again, love the way this one came out. I think it looks so, so good. So the white glitter HTV on top of a white t-shirt really just helps that blend in. So if you guys are gonna do this, highly recommend you try this. Now also with the black one, if you look at that, how cool would that be on the back of the t-shirt and then do a logo type image on the pocket area? It would look super cool. But look at how much ink was still left in that paper. So not always is there gonna be this much ink left, but if you guys want to utilize it and do something cool with it too, throw them in your shop and have more like a different look or a vintage look or something like that, definitely try it out. Once again, it would be really cool too on the polyester t-shirts and put some holes in it and make it look really vintage and washed out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.